The Blackcaps in Australia meet in the first of three T20s tonight in Mount Maunganui. They'll contest for the Chappell-Hadlee trophy, which has been very much over the last few years, but Australia have kept hold of the trophy since 2020. But with the Blackcaps hosting the three T20s this year, it could mean a big opportunity for them to steal back that trophy they haven't won for quite a while. As I'm Nick from Nickn'detail, and today I'm going to be previewing the Blackcaps in Australia T20 Chappell-Hadlee series, which kicks off in Mount Maunganui tonight. So let's get into it. That's right, it is safe to say Australia has dominated the Blackcaps in cricket over the many years that have gone, but I think it's safe to say this year is a big opportunity for the Blackcaps just to kind of rewrite history a little bit. They're taking Australia in the first of three T20s in Mount Maunganui. In fact, all three T20s are taking place in Mount Maunganui as they'll contest for the Chappell-Hadlee series, which has been an every couple of year thing between the two Trans-Tasman neighbours. So, my thoughts on this series, I think this is going to be a very interesting series, safe to say. I think when this was announced, we were expecting hopefully both these teams to bring out their strong squads, as of course we always want in sport, and very much hoping for a very competitive series, which I think we will still get. But it was safe to say when Australia named their squad, there was a little bit of disappointment in the air because their big hitters, the likes of Mitchell Starc, Steve Smith, all unavailable, of course, for this series. So very much a sort of mix of experience and youth, and that's exactly what the Blackcaps have done as well. But of course, New Zealand cricket, of course, with its current contracting system, very much has meant the majority of their big players will not be playing in this series. The likes of Kane Williamson is out, Mitchell Satner out as well, the Blackcaps captain, and news actually just out of the Blackcaps today, Rachin Ravindra will be out injured after suffering a horrific cut to his face in a training session yesterday. So yes, not very good news for the Blackcaps, but still I think very much in terms of the squad experience, you've got to say they probably have the slight advantage over Aussie, the fact that they've got probably a bit more, a bit more depth and a bit more, cricketing experience in that team to what Australia have. But regardless, this is an Australian team that have looked very good, of course, over the years, and also possess a Kiwi in their coaching team in the form of Daniel Vittori. So very interesting to see how that's going to go. But then, of course, you've got on the other end the Blackcaps. Their new coach, Rob Walter, hasn't lost a game for the Blackcaps yet since taking over in June, and of course won their series recently over in Zimbabwe. So this could be a very interesting mix to see what will happen in this series. I think one that's going to be very exciting to watch, despite the lack of experience and the lack of quality of players that are going to be involved in this series. But as I said, still very interesting to see how this series will shape up. So who is going to be my player to watch for this series? Well, I'm actually going to keep an eye on Tim Seifert for this series. Now, Tim Seifert, of course, has been a very big part of his Blackcaps T20 team over the few years, and also particularly Roger coming up to a T20 World Cup year, of course, the annual 2-year cycle. So next year is when the T20 World Cup takes place, and it'll be India and Sri Lanka hosting the next edition of this T20 World Cup. So a big opportunity for Tim Seifert to very much assert himself in that Blackcaps team, and particularly as well when you look at the batting order around him, he's probably going to be like the most experienced, batter in that lineup for the Blackcaps. So one that's very much been a very consistent force in this Blackcaps T20 team over the years, and one I believe it's going to have a big impact on this series with the bat in hand. Of course, wicketkeeper as well, which comes very in handy, but I think with the bat, as we really see Tim Seifert really unleash his full potential he has shown over the last few years. So he's the one I'm going to be keeping an eye on, Tim Seifert. Very much expecting him to have a big series. So what is my prediction for this series? I believe it's going to be a very close series, but I'm actually going to be picking the Blackcaps to claim their first Chappell-Hadlee series victory for quite some time. I believe it will be a close series, as I said. 2-1 is actually what I'm going to predict. I certainly believe Australia will win one of the games. I think tonight's game, the first one in Mount Maunganui, the Blackcaps will win now. I expect Australia to level it up a few days later, and I think in the all-decisive third and final T20, the Blackcaps will pick a victory to claim the Chappell-Hadlee trophy back in New Zealand soil. Like I said, I think with the mix of experience and youth, I certainly believe Australia are going to make the series very competitive, especially when I said the Blackcaps have also got a very similar team to what Australia have. And just my sense is that this is going to be a very tight to call series, but I'm very much pipping the Blackcaps, having all three 20s at home, let alone as well in Mount Maunganui as well. Very much expecting them to get the job done in these three T20 matches. So the Blackcaps, I believe, are going to come out on top 2-1. So that's going to be for me quite an early start to the Black Caps home schedule for this upcoming, cricket season. Normally we don't see them to like another month or so, but big opportunity, of course, with Australia coming. Yes, it's a sort of understrength Australian team. It's probably not the Australian team we're all wishing they had, but still, regardless, as Australia, it's still the biggest rivalry between these two countries, and yes, very much going to be an exciting series to watch over the next week or so. But for me, that's it. Until next time, I'll see you later.